everyone, my name is Rachel and I wanted to share my story in case it might help someone. Nearly 3 years ago, this was me. That's a severely injured and dislocated right shoulder. That's this. You don't want to be that person. I did not want to be that person. I crashed during a ski accident and dislocated my right shoulder as well as fractured it in several places. I also had nerve damage, soft tissue damage. Shortly after that, frozen shoulder set in. Plus I had injuries and damage to both hands, both my right and left hands. I was rehabilitating this 99.9% of the time by myself on my own, and it was really scary and really painful. I was actually dislocated in the hospital for 7 hours before the surgical team could get to me and manually reset my shoulder. I didn't actually end up having any surgery at all. I was kept overnight for 1 night in the hospital. During that time, my entire right arm and right hand were actually paralyzed. I had zero function in anything on my upper right side. I had to relearn everything from scratch. It actually took me 5 months before I could use my right hand to brush my teeth. I had to relearn absolutely everything. It was a really, really long, difficult, painful, lonely road. At the very beginning of my therapies, I was told it would take about 2 years to rehabilitate this, however that was going to look. Nobody knew, nobody could guess how much strength and function and range of motion I would get back. So I worked really, really hard for 2 years. The first 9.5 months, I missed only 7 days of rehab. Part of that time was when my mother passed. I was doing my therapies religiously every single day, multiple times a day. Kept that up for 2 years, and then at my 2-year evaluation, I was told I was doing better than my doctors thought I would be, better than they would have anticipated. And one of them said, "You've hit a home run with your therapies and your dedication to them and your recovery." And at that point, I got to thinking, what would be better than that? I've come this far. What would be about the hardest thing that I could do at my age, no spring chicken, with this type of an injury as severe as it was? And my doctors and therapists and I, for whatever crazy reason, decided that, trying to do a handstand after suffering this kind of injury would be probably almost impossible. Well, once that idea got into my head, there I was. That was my goal. So after the 2 years, I worked for almost another year doing a handstand, or trying to get to that point. And so after another year of therapy, for a total of almost 3 years, this is what I've been working on. And here it is. That's hard to do, even if you haven't had a severe upper extremity injury. But I have, and that's been my goal, to do that. I want to thank all of my therapists and doctors and specialists and family and friends and coworkers, everyone who supported me through this. It's been really, really difficult and really painful, and I got a lot of terrific help along the way. I just have a couple notes. I just want to make sure that I'm getting everything. like I said, I've worked on this for almost 3 years. At one point, this was so devastating for me, and I was alone, and this happened in the winter, and I was sitting at home feeling like I'm never going to get any better. I'm never going to come out of this. And it literally was a cold, dark winter night, and I had actually contacted the suicide hotline. I was so devastated and alone and in pain and just feeling like I wasn't ever going to get any better, or make any progress, or be functional, or have any kind of a normal life again. So thank you to everyone who helped me through all that. Like I said, I didn't have any surgery. This has all been through hard work and some prayers too, and a lot of dedication from some wonderful doctors and therapists and specialists, and who guided me along the way through all of this hard work and therapy that I dedicated myself to doing. I knew I had this really small window to rehabilitate this right now. However that was going to look, it would affect the rest of my life. So I want to thank everyone for all of your help. And if this helps anybody else who is suffering mentally or physically, and you're at a really, really low point too, like I was, just I want you to know that there is help out there. There's a lot of good people out there, and if you can just see yourself through to the next day, things will look a lot different and things will get better. Thank you, everyone, for all of your help. I appreciate it. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.